part, can be an unpredictable city. Affluency doesn't mitigate its problems. In some ways, it amplifies them. This is why we're deployed. But we've seen better days.
Then why are we just now debriefing?
This mission is not complete.
I only know of her. Our lack of data collection is a problem.
Valdez, I'm aware of your investigative talents. Braxwell spoke highly of you, and that's why you're on this team. Local law enforcement handles itself very well. But there are those with abilities. Some believe themselves to be good. Others don't even attempt to act as if they are. Either way, we're involved. Not everyone will agree with our status. But that can be said for anything. May I remind you both, we're Alpha Core, and failure is not what we do.
For the players.
I am not gay. I am not gay.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. Oh.
Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer. It's really ready to go.
Wrong button.
Boy. Take me by the hand, take me by the hand, take me by the hand, take me by the hand. He, him, they, them. He, him, they, them. Some people just call me Fluffy. Me by the hand. Ocean darling, you can smile more. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, that's what we fucking do. Fuck off! Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Ooh, take me by the hand. Ooh, Mr. Ocean Man. Yeah, she is all gangrenous. That's cute, you massive fucking soy cock. He, him, they, them. Superficial bollocks. He, him, they, them. Spider monkey fucker. Some people just call me Fluffy. Holy shit. Yard, 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 yard. It's Captain Gay. Yes, of course it's Captain Gay. Yard, 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 yard. It's really ready to go. Here's some Hollywood horse bitch. Fuck. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fucking sizzling. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, I'm gonna make one of your main balls. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, oh my god, like that. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, beat him into submission. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, yada 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 yada. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, you got me. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, so fucking crazy. Ocean man, take me by the hand. Ocean man, fuck off. Fire, fire, big pants flyer. One of them. So that went well. Let's move on. She's like, it's oh look, what a coincidence. God damn, I hate this day. I can't say the word tampon. That's good. Take it into the bath now. Everyone, welcome to Afternoon Tea with Az, although it's actually a coffee today. I'm just saying it's a little bit of the old Java left in there. I'm your host, as always, Az from Hill versus Babyface. Oh my. Gonna be a fun show today. Today's show, if it had a title, is going to be called How to Try and Avoid the Landmines of Posting Videos on YouTube while discussing what you want to discuss. It's a long title, admittedly, but it's 2023 and here we are. We're not allowed to have adult conversations. We are, however, allowed to play Fantasyland. And in boobs. Oh my. Hey, subscribe to Film Threat. They are very, very close indeed to 100,000 subscribers. So please go to Film Threat on YouTube. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Friends of the channel. Friends of you. Chris Gore and Alan Ng the Merciless. Really good. Fucking phenomenal, guys. Chris Gore, of course, being formerly of the OG G4. You know, when it was good. Before current fucking day. By the way, my mug's got absolutely nothing to do with anything, I promise you. Got absolutely nothing to do with anything. It's just a very cute mug with a very cute little rainbow on. Before we start, we got a pre-cum stream super chat from this never happens to the other fella, which came in so early I can't actually bring it up on the studio here, which is a shame because they just dropped a very $100, and they wanted to say this, and I think this is going to set up the show quite nicely. They say yesterday's Doctor Who episode should have been called quotation marks beautiful girl end quotation marks for the amount of times that phrase was used to describe Rose. Listen, I'm just reading, Papa Susan, I'm just reading what you've allowed to be typed. RTD used this as Stockholm Syndrome. Thankfully, my faculties and eyesight were intact, and I resisted. R.I.P. Doctor Who. What on earth are you going on about? This never happened to the... By the way, dude, massive thank you for $100 super chat. Because the real BBC was on Gary's channel this past week with the Soska sisters, who were phenomenal, by the way. And it was a record-breaking real BBC. Record-breaking 10,800, I think it was. Absolutely no. I think no. We went into the 12,000s. Gary had a record nooner of over 10,800, but we had over 12,000 people watching the last episode of the real BBC, which is phenomenal. So massive thank you. So because it was on Gary's channel, no super chat square up this week, so we can have plenty of conversation, and I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be awful. If you watch Doctor Who. So first things first, did I watch Doctor Who? God, no. Sweet Mother of Mary, no. I was done. I was already skeptical. Obviously, when Russell T Davies was announced as returning as the showrunner, there was a flicker of hope. There was a flicker of hope that he was coming back to save Doctor Who after Chibnall had absolutely destroyed it. Not just destroyed it with his experimentation of making the Doctor female, which didn't work at all. There's nothing wrong, by the way. By the way, my first controversial statement of the day. There's nothing wrong with gender roles. There's nothing wrong with specific characters just being a specific gender, male or female, because there's only two. I know, what a bigot. What a bigot. And of course, more importantly, the timeless children which destroyed the whole history of Doctor Who. Why? Because the BBC, and let's just be honest here. We're not allowed to be honest today in today's day and age. We have to look with our own eyes and pretend that things aren't what they actually are. All in the name of stunning and brave. But let's just be honest here. The reason why the Doctor's history was changed is because the BBC wanted to wipe away 60 years or 55 years at the time of the Doctor being a white male. Because we live in broken times. Excuse me. We live in broken times where we're not allowed to embrace or celebrate characters from yesteryear. They must be brought to current day. And by current day, of course, I don't mean that society is actually changing. It just means that there are a bunch of people in power who control everything, from government through to entertainment. And they want you to behave in a specific way. They want you to believe a specific thing, regardless of whether or not that is true or not. That's this fact. It's not that society is changing. It's that the people in power want you to believe that the way they think is the way that everybody thinks. And woe betide you, as my grandma would say, woe betide you if that is not your current way of thinking. We have to listen and not see, which is going to be very prominent in what we're going to discuss today. So I thought with Russell T. Davies returning, there is a flicker of hope. Of course, there was massive cynicism. Number one, I'm British. Cynicism is built into our DNA. Take our ability to moan out of the equation, and what are we? Well, a phenomenal nation, a tiny little island on planet Earth that created such a vast empire that once upon a time we ruled the world. Sup, Twitter? But there was a flicker of hope. There was a flicker of hope that he would come back and he would fix Doctor Who. We'd get back to fun. Adventures in time and space. Fun. The Doctor would once more take his companion by the hand, just like Ocean Man wants to do to you. And run. Run. Hey, Kara, how you doing? Alas, alack, as Shakespeare would say, 'twas not to be. Or to be. It was not to be. Russell T. Davies is a broken man nowadays. He was broken in the mid 2010s through ideology and the how can we not step on this landmine? By the ideology which is now running rampant in current day. He was broken by it. By the way, 2B is my favorite graphite pencil type. I'm just saying. When I was at school, I would always use a 2B pencil. You take that information and you run with it. And so we started to hear weird stuff. Ncuti Gatwa was cast as the 15th Doctor because David Tennant would return for 3 specials as the 14th. Things sounded on paper to be going in the right direction. Who the fuck said 2B is overrated? Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here! A wonderful pencil. So, okay, you know, he wants to diversify the Doctor. Okay. As long as the stories were good, there's still hope. Don't worry about it, you know. As long as the stories are good. But then we got the very first interview once the announcement, because I think the announcement was not planned. I think they had a plan for announcing Ncuti Gatwa, but it leaked, and so they were taken off guard. So I think it was some award ceremony where they had to quickly rustle up some interviews. And so they interviewed Russell T. Davis. Russell T. Davis, by the way, who's putting his show on the BBC. The BBC, of course, that is funded by the British public through the license fee, which you don't have to pay if you don't watch terrestrial television. Terrestrial television being BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5. They interviewed Russell T. Davis, whose product is going on the BBC, the impartial BBC. And the reason why the BBC is meant to be impartial and not politically biased is because it is funded by the British public. And the British public have their own ideas on who to vote for and whatever when it comes to the election once every 5 years. Once every 5 years, we go into a little building and we put a tick on a box. Once every 5 years in the UK, in the general election. And apparently that action that you take, that small action that you take once every 5 years, allows you to be called all kinds of istphobe isms. Because we are in a broken time. We're in a broken time. Do you know why our time's broken? Because life is good. Life is good. We don't have any real struggles. Even the poorest of us, the people on the bread line, can still eat. Well, you know, you can still put food on your table. Even if it's bread and beans, toast and beans, you can still feed yourself on a very, very small amount. You can still have a roof over your head. Things which, even 100 years ago, some people couldn't say they could do. A lot of people said they wouldn't be able to do. Life is good. And so when life is good, you search for other things to create hardship. And one of the greatest ways to create hardship is to try and remove people's freedoms. Anyway, that's a completely different conversation that you're not allowed to have on YouTube. So let's just get back to the impartial BBC, shall we? Because the BBC is public funded through the taxpayer, through the television license, the BBC is not meant to have any political bias. They do. And they use your money to fund it. However, Russell T. Davis stood there at the award ceremony before we'd even seen Ncuti Gatwa and been introduced to Ncuti Gatwa. And he said openly on television We need to oust the Tory government from the UK. We need to get rid of we need to get rid of the Tory government as I promote my show, which is going on the impartial BBC, where we are not meant to display political bias. No, do I think the Tories are a complete and utter disaster in the UK? Absolutely. 100%. The Tories are an absolute joke. The Conservatives, with their progressive ideology now. But what happens when the Conservatives get pushed out of power and Labour comes in? Because Labour they're like 71% on the polls at the moment. What's Labour going to do? Well, Labour is going to jail me for 2 years. Labour is going to jail me for 2 years because I looked at a guy and said, that's a guy. That's what Labour are going to do. And I'm not even joking. That is what Labour want to bring in as law. Jailed for 2 years for speaking truth. So it doesn't matter if the Conservatives get ousted and Labour takes over. Nothing's going to change. In fact, it could easily get a lot worse. The last time the Labour government were in power, and I'm not trying to make this political, I'm just trying to give you some context. The last time the Labour government was in power, they plummeted the UK into absolute disarray with war and a collapsed economy. Nothing, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Isn't that the phrase? So anyway, Russell T. Davis, let's get back on track. Let's try and get back on track. Subscribe to Film Threat. Russell T. Davis on TV says openly, we need to oust this Tory government. Displaying, of course, absolutely no political bias whatsoever. And then Ncuti Gatwa comes on. And Ncuti Gatwa is stumbling all over himself. He's stumbling all over himself because he keeps referring to the doctor as male because the doctor's male. But then remembers that the line he's meant to say is they, because, of course, Jodie Whittaker was also the doctor. As the whole thing's broken in twain. And then we get, of course, the little we're gonna be pushing agendas. Oh, okay. So we get some set pictures a little bit later on. They announced the new companion, this young blonde lass. I think she's only 19 years old in real life, but casting, so she'll be about 20 now, maybe 21. And she looked like a good companion, you know, from a superficial level, looked like a good companion. Ncuti Gatwa was shown in different clothing, lots of different clothing, which some people might like. Me personally, I think the Doctor's outfit is kind of one of the things that defines the Doctor. Murray Gold came back as the music for the show. So there were good noises being made, you know? There were good noises. The companion looked good. Murray Gold's coming back. Russell T. Davis is in charge. If he can keep his ideology in check, if he announces that the Timeless Children is not canon and writes himself out of that, then maybe there's a small chance that some, because you're never going to get them all back, but some of the Doctor Who fan base will return. Some. And then we got the casting for the first special with David Tennant. That was actually his nickname on set, David Tennant. Nuff said, David. Nuff said. And we saw that there was, at the time of casting, an 18-year-old biological male. As I sidestep another landmine because we're not allowed to have adult conversations on YouTube anymore. An 18-year-old biological male that will be playing what turned out to be a 15-year-old girl. It looked like Russell T. Davies couldn't help himself. Couldn't help himself. The eyes were rolling to the back of the head. Here we go again. But they were 18 years old as of casting, and they are playing what we discovered yesterday was a 15-year-old. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that as presented. Without comment. I might have some comment later. Without comment. A 15-year-old in the show presented without comment, just presented as fact. Presented as fact, nothing more. So if Russell T. Davies could keep his ideology in check, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe, just maybe. But this is a big uphill battle to fight. And then about a week or so ago in the UK, we have something called Children in Need. It's an annual event where it's a telethon type of event where money's raised for children in need. And normally on Children in Need, or certainly in the history of Children in Need, Doctor Who puts on a little sketch that's canonical. It's not just the characters of Doctor Who just doing a little sketch. It's actually something which will link into the show. For instance, many of you who do not live in the UK might not have seen this, but when Christopher Eccleston regenerated into David Tennant, you saw the regeneration at the end of season 1. And then the next time you saw David Tennant was when he was stumbling out of the TARDIS at the beginning of the Christmas special. However, there is a scene that some of you may not have seen. God damn it, Leroy. Because it was actually only shown on Children in Need. And it was a scene of a freshly regenerated David Tennant talking to Billie Piper's Rose. Oh, yeah. Rose, of course, being the name of Donna's daughter. New teeth. Weird. So there was actually a whole scene and it showed a little bit of the regeneration psychosis, or whatever you want to call it, which led to David Tennant stumbling out of the TARDIS, collapsing, leading into the Christmas special. And there have been other ones as well. And in this Children in Need scene, sketch, whatever you want to call it, reintroducing David Tennant as the 14th Doctor, with exactly the same personality, mannerisms as the 10th Doctor, even though it's meant to be a new Doctor, which just has the same face as the 10th Doctor. We see the return of Davros. Davros, leader of the Daleks, creator of the Daleks, an iconic Doctor Who villain. An iconic Doctor Who villain that was no longer in his life support system and was actually walking around and fine. Oh, wait a minute. But hark, what light beyond the window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and cast down the envious moon. No, I'm hearing that. But yes, dear viewer, is this story though set before Davros is mortally wounded that forced him to go into the life support machine? Has he traveled back into a period of time where Davros is still in his full body? Fair viewer, that is a wonderful question. No. This is now a retconning of Davros. Davros is now an able-bodied man because Russell T Davies then said that disability. I saw you, Ripper. I saw you. You don't sneak past me like that. No, sir. That disability is linked, intrinsically linked on TV to evil. To evil. And so Russell T Davies was fixing Davros. Davros isn't in a wheelchair. He's in a life support system. It's a life support system. So Davros is no longer allowed to be in his life support system because being in a wheelchair and being evil is not allowed anymore. Current day says 999. As, yes, dear viewer, wonderful dear viewer, sweet dear viewer, as, yes. So how are disabled people allowed to be portrayed now? How, let me be more specific, as, please be more specific. How are wheelchair users allowed to be portrayed now in terms of Russell T Davies presenting them? Fair viewer, dear, sweet fair viewer, allow me to show you. Allow me to show you the new face of disability. The new face of disability in Doctor Who. No longer will there be evil men in wheelchairs being evil. But now, does your wheelchair have this, Rams? Now this is the new face of disability in Doctor Who.
Evening, boys. I don't just fire darts, mate.
My favorite bit of Doctor Who, Ripper, with a 50, is when a little lady in a wheelchair fired rockets and blew it. Davros bad. Little lady in wheelchair with rocket launchers and stun darts, which auto target people. That was my favorite part of Doctor Who. That is. Thank you, man. Naughty. That is the new face. The new face. No, T-Law, come back. T-Law, come back. We're not done. There's more. There is so much. I have so many wonders to show you. So, Davros man bad. James Bond in a wheelchair good. Now, fair viewer, dear sweet fair viewer, doth the sunlight hit thy cheek, thy fairest of cheek that doth give it warmth, that I may put the back of my hand upon thee and feel the energy of your love? Hey, got a gravy. Well done. He got the Pinhead reference. Thank you. You got the Hellraiser reference. Good man. You win. You are currently winning the stream today. As, yes, dear fair viewer, sweet, sweet honey, nectar of voice. If Russell T. Davies wanted to remove the stigma of fear from disabled people, to have somebody look at somebody in a wheelchair and go, oh, I saw Davros on Doctor Who. That person must be a genocidal. That person must be evil because they're in a wheelchair. If he's trying to remove that stigma, that non-existent stigma, by the way, that stigma that doesn't in any shape, way, or form actually exist, because there are just as many heroic disabled people shown in media that are beloved than there are evil disabled people. Doesn't showing somebody with a wheelchair that's armed to the fucking teeth do exactly the same thing? Viewer! Dear sweet viewer! How dare you? Because all I'm thinking is every time I go past a person in a wheelchair, are they going to blow me the fuck up with rockets? Which, to me, justifies every time I go past a person in a wheelchair, tipping them over. Don't do that. That was a joke. Don't do that. Unless they ask, of course. Unless they ask. So now I'm petrified of wheelchair users in case I get taken out by one. Bloody hell. Oh, dear sweet viewer, there is so much more. So much more. But let's just do a couple of supers to break up the clips, because otherwise I fear people might be tipping themselves off a clip. Anyway, let's just have a look at Tanaka Auto with a €5, shilling Outer Wilds once more. If reading isn't off-putting for you and you like unraveling mind-blowing mysteries in space, do it! Do it! Make Mauler too. I'll check it out at some point. I'll check it out. Yesterday, I streamed Tainted Grail. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. And I said on stream, I said, I think this company contacted me earlier in the year and asked me if I'd be interested in getting a code and streaming their game. Now, if I'm going to play a video game, I want to pay for it myself, for the most part. Final Fantasy 16 gave me a free code, but I also bought the game on multiple formats. I bought the Ultra, I bought the regular, and I bought the medium. So I'm okay with that, because I was always going to buy the game. The game was already purchased anyway. But they gave me a free code for a little bit of 9 hours early access. I'm okay with that. I can easily justify that based off the fact that my expenditure was going to be outrageous. But if I want to play a game, then I want to do it on my own terms. No offense to the company, I just want to do it on my own terms. So anyway, I streamed yesterday about 4 hours of Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. It was all right. Little clunky in places for sure. But it was all right. There was something there, and I'm enjoying it. And I was thinking, I'd like to stream it again. I finished the stream. I get hit with four copyright claims from them. 4. What was it for? The music. Now, I have responded to the copyright claims. I'm fighting the copyright claims. We'll see how that goes. But because they did contact me, the company that made the game did contact me. I did drop them an email last night and said, hey. And I responded to their email to me. So it's a reply. It's not a fresh email. It's a reply. Hey, I streamed your game today. Tainted Grail, The Fall of Avalon. I streamed your game today. Quite liked it, actually. But I got hit with 4 copyright claims after. 4. Is this the way that you like to conduct business? We'll see how they reply to that. Reads the boy with a £2 says binary, non-binary thing. I don't know what you mean, mate. That sounds like gobbledygook to me. DD with a £20 on the PayPal side. Says, as this is for the Hoos Fund. Black Boots coming out. And we're into December now because YouTube gave us some shekels this week. So I transferred all of November's, plus what I put in as well, into the Hoos Fund. Boo, DD, in it goes for December. Separately, did I see that you and Disbrew are doing a Robin Hood recap? Or did I just dream that? If so, it was a good dream. Hope you have a good week. Disbrew and I are in talks about doing a Robin Hood a breakdown. We're gonna discuss the season on stream. I need to chase that up to get a more specific date, but it's on the cards for sure. And I'd like to strike while the iron is freezing cold. Colhauser with a bard for 14. Colhauser. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Boobs. The Spider Bat has become a member. At some level. At the bard level. Thank you. Who's dropping gifted? Melodic Method. Oh, thank you. Hey, we'll get to you, but thank you. I saw that. I saw that. Rolling the Wretched with a $20 says, here is a square up for that crumpet joke on the real BBC. Good. It's good to see that this Lannister pays his debts. The look on your face was well worth the super chat. Remember, I do this for entertainment and out of love. Have a happy Christmas if I don't see you before the holiday. You too, Dunn. You too. You have a good holidays, everyone. Let's do a couple more and then let's get into the next the next wonderful clip. Eddie Brock with a €2 fiddy. Will you be covering the long Halloween today? Quite clearly not, Eddie. Quite clearly not. Martina Simone. The Suave Swiss. AKA Play Trek. With a 20 Swiss, says loving the show, but your blue contact lenses are too much. These aren't contact lenses, baby. These are all natural. And last one before we get into the next clip. Well, actually, I'm going to do one more after this. War Wizard with a $2. Eric July was wrong yesterday, and CM Punk is back. I was wrong. I didn't think he would be back. I didn't think he would be back either. But yes, CM Punk returned at the end of War Games last night to the WWE. Best in the world, baby! And the roof was blown off the building. And Tony Khan, dear Tony Khan, and the disaster which is currently AEW rolls on. See the party, Richter. Angela Richter with a 42-month membership. Thank you. And she then goes and gifts 5 memberships to the stream. Angela, thank you so much. Because let's be honest, we all know the BBC are going to strike today's stream like you've never seen. Let's now stick a pin in that for now. We'll carry on with some more. Let's pick the next bookmark that I have on Twitter. I can't show you the bookmarks because it's full of Yumi, my Japanese. So, well, no, we'll do that one. We'll do that one later. We'll do that one later. Let's go with I put out a bait tweet. I heard Doctor Who was great. I put out a little bait tweet. I don't know what this is. Can somebody explain this to me? I'm going to show this. Somebody, I don't understand this. So please, if somebody can. Spacecrafting. 20-year-old man playing a 15-year-old girl in the style of a 7-year-old. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. Right. I'm going to put my headphones on for this. Because I want to make sure that I pause it in the right places, okay? Let's put the old headphones on for now. Let's go to the next piece from yesterday's Doctor Who 60th anniversary, a celebration of 60 years of Doctor Who, and not a political ideological spurg at all. Let's see what's said here.
Yes, the meat. I promise I can help him get home and then you'll never see me again.
You're assuming he as a pronoun.
There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing. It's not over. It's not over yet. Let's carry on, shall we?
True. Yes. Sorry. Good point. Are you he or she or they?
There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love It's not over yet. It's not over. There's more. There is more. Let's carry on.
My chosen pronoun is the definite article. I am always the me.
There is nothing I love more. Taking my headphones off, fuck that. Bethesda, there is nothing I love more than to fire up a brand new RPG, lose myself.
Sorry, did you want to get immersed in our world? Yeah, well, guess what?
Fucking pronouns! I love nothing more than to be dragged out at every fucking conceivable opportunity so you can fucking current day us! Current fucking day! Fuck off! We can't.
Oh, I do that.
Keeps happening. Keeps happening. Keeps happening. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. There's another wonderful bit that I want to show you. I want to show you. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Am I trying to make a point there? I don't know, because everything that I say there seems to be consistently infecting. Thank you, by the way, because thank you. Hey, Aaron, thank you. Just seems to be infecting everything, doesn't it? This is the greatest single frame that just sums everything up in a nutshell. "20-year-old biological male playing a 15-year-old that. You're assuming he as a pronoun? Presented without comment. I think I already commented. Commented. This is the This is the subtitles that you have on the BBC, by the way, folks. So some of you might not see this, but again, presented without comment because we're not allowed to have adult conversations on the internet anymore. But so presented without comment. This is what the subtitles for the BBC show. Please just ignore the actual body of the tweet. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Rose. Okay. Sure, Jan. The current state of Doctor Who in a screenshot right now. Current state of Doctor Who in a screenshot. Oh, no. Stop it. We're not done yet, folks. We're not done yet. There is something else that I need to find. I thought I'd bookmark this, so... Oh, apologies. I thought I'd bookmark this. It's... Oh, no. Oh, no, fuck that. Not that. Oh. Here's just a tweet presented without comment. Tweet presented without comment. I'm just going to read it. Just presented without comment, though. So we have a 20-year-old man playing a 14-year-old 15 at a push that has fully transitioned. Thought no one had surgeries under 16. I thought people were not pushing this on children. I have no idea what you mean by that, sir. Sir. I have no idea what you mean by that, sir. Let's I need to find this final one. Did they have, by the way, if anyone saw it, this is, by the way, again, presented without comment, folks. Presented without comment. It's not an agenda. It's not an agenda. This is presented without comment. I love gay TARDIS. Orange, purple, green. I mean, that looks like teal to me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. Stunning and brave. Maybe it's on Gary's. Let me have a look at, because there is a whole thing that I need to show you. I have so many wonders to show you. I don't think, let's have a look. Let's see if Gary did the... Oh, well, first of all, yeah, let's go here. Who remembers, Who remembers on the 50th anniversary the wonderful dramatization? It is wonderful. No bullshit. That the BBC did about William Hartnell and his role in Doctor Who, and when he was getting, he wasn't necessarily that old, believe it or not, but he was getting ill, and he had to stop being the Doctor. So it all started with them getting Doctor Who off the ground, him becoming the Doctor, but then his illness, he was forgetting his lines, and they needed to replace him. And at the end, when he's filming his last bits, he looks up and he sees Matt Smith. He sees the current Doctor. He sees Matt Smith smiling back at him. A little nod to even though you're stepping away, it's going to be in good hands. It's gonna be in good man hands. Good hands. Gonna be in good hands. Well, the BBC decided to take that scene and edit it. They decided to edit it, and they took out Matt Smith. I'm not even joking. They removed Matt Smith and they replaced it with Ncuti Gatwa. They replaced the scene with Ncuti Gatwa. They didn't create something new for the 60th. What they did is they took the first Doctor, who, by the way, they've retconned that he wasn't the first Doctor, and they removed Matt Smith and they replaced him with Ncuti Gatwa. Because the BBC are absolutely broken. Broken. Absolutely broken. But I need to find... Let me... Actually, let me just go to a tweet. Let me just go to a tweet that I put out yesterday. Because I think it sums things up pretty nicely. Oh, is this it? Yes. Okay, I've got it. Right, it's on this tweet. Fantastic. It's on this tweet. Fantastic. I have to put my headphones on. Well, I'll put my headphones on when I need to. I don't need to do it right now. Hey, Karen. I see you. How you doing? So I put this tweet out last night because I was looking at the discourse surrounding Doctor Who yesterday. They blackface Matt Smith. Yes, they blackface Matt. Yeah. Because of the discourse which has been going on, I put this tweet out. No one is talking about how good Doctor Who is. Nobody was. This is true. I didn't see particularly anyone. Maybe just the odd one or two, but I really didn't see anyone talking about how good the episode was. All I saw was, all they were talking about is pissing off transphobes or something similar. You know, the Doctor's gay. Fuck you, transphobes. You know, proving everybody's point. This is now just a political, ideological thing, but never mind. It sums up clearly how dead the show is, and it's just another battleground for broken ideologues. Because you tend to find when a franchise has been taken over. I'm gonna see if the overnights are in soon. You tend to find that when a franchise gets taken over, when a fandom gets taken over, the discussion stops being about whether or not the stuff is actually good anymore. And it just turns into, oh, no way. That is terrible. Oh my God, that is terrible. I thought it'd do about 6.5. Anyway, we'll see in a minute. It stops being about whether or not the franchise is any good and starts being whether or not, you know, the ideology that's infected it has pissed off people. Because the best way to get people to enjoy a fandom is have a bunch of zealots talk about how happy they are just to piss people off. If I created something and the conversation that surrounded what I'd created was, yay, this is just pissing people off, I would personally feel as if I have failed miserably with what I tried to create. Failed miserably. But there again, I wouldn't be making something to piss people off. I would be making something to try and entertain people, not preach. Nobody needs to know or gives a shit about how I'm politically aligned. Nobody gives a flying fuck what my thoughts on Jerusalem or the Middle East crisis is. Nobody, nor should you. Nor should you. What you should be interested in is whether or not the thing that I put out is actually entertaining. Did you enjoy it? What did you like about it? And if you didn't like it, what didn't you like about it? Which wouldn't, of course, be around any sort of ideology unless somebody was projecting. So, with that said, let's just scroll down to Memology. Hail Memology 101. And we have the next piece of evidence. The next piece of evidence that RTD is broken and Doctor Who. I mean, to me, Doctor Who died in 2017, so I've been relatively okay with this. But, and I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but I was on the phone with Gary last night, and Gary's not happy. He's a sad. He's a sad man. And I don't like Gary being sad, but oh man. So let's just have a look at this scene, shall we? And prepare yourself if you haven't seen this. Just prepare yourself.
Yes, we know.
We know everything. Thanks.
And you know nothing.
We know everything, thanks. You know nothing. Let's just have that again. And now we're just gonna continue the rest of it because the next line is the next line is the next Let's go.
Yes, we know.
We know everything. Thanks.
And you know nothing. It's a shame you're not a woman anymore. She'd have understood.
It's a shame you're not a woman anymore because you would have understood. Donna, I got news for you. Donna, I've got news for you. Donna. It's not over, folks. It's not over. That's just the start. Let's carry on. Fucking hell.
We've got all that power, but there is a way to get rid of it. Something a male-presenting Time Lord will never understand.
Sorry, did you not? If you didn't hear that, let's just no. No, I can't stop now. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Let's just
We've got all that power, but there is a way to get rid of it. Something a male-presenting Time Lord will never understand.
By the way, you are a garbage actor. Just saying. Just FYI. Fucking hell. That's the classic SJW smirk. So, something a male presenting Time Lord would never understand. The Doctor is male presenting, folks. Fuck me. Fuck me.
Just let it go. And we choose to let it go.
That's my face. This dude is presenting my face right now. What's happening here? What you're seeing is the real-time destruction. The real-time destruction that Doctor Who can never be saved. That's what's going on here. As a male presenting host of this show, you would just never understand. You would never understand. Oh, what the fuck is even male presenting? Male presenting is something that people say when they're broken, when they're absolutely broken and they want you to be as broken as they are. They want you to look at something and they want you to lie. They want you to see something with your own eyes and be told not to believe them, but to listen to the words and believe those instead. Like beautiful girl. Keep saying beautiful girl. Maybe you'll try and convince some people that what they're looking at is a beautiful girl. Number one, if that was a girl, wasn't beautiful. But yes, remember, folks, don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you see. Believe what they tell you. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, let's do a few more super dupers. Let's carry on. David Klingenberg with a $10 says, I am watching classic Doctor Who. I've abandoned the woke new Doctor Who. What do you mean woke? What do you mean? That was amazing. Don't you like being fucking lectured to by a broken individual? A broken individual who wants to lie and wants you to believe the lie? What's wrong with you? Come on, David. Come on now. Paquet Albert Gabriel with a 20 Canadian. After that BBC, I went and bought the Soka Twins Black Widow 1, 2, 3. I will buy the number 4 later on, and it will pass fairly cheap on eBay because fuck Marvel. The Sokas seem fucking awesome and are writing my kind of literature, let's say. pour la maison de maître. Thank you, Paquet. It's going in the book. Yeah, the Sosk Sisters rock. It's 5 parts, by the way. It's not 4, it's 5. So you need to get 4 and 5 to finish off No Restraints Play. And yes, it's fucking amazing. It was excellent. Absolutely excellent. And I'm very excited. Thank you, dude. I'm very excited for what they're going to do with Yaira. Don't know if Eric's still here, but I was watching Eric stream yesterday before we did Party Animals. And he was talking about the Black Friday deals that they've got going on. Thank you, dude. You could get something ridiculous like 30% off merch that was in the store. And there's Yaira t-shirts in the store, and they're only $8 anyway. So you could get them, then get the 30% discount on top of that. So anyway, he was talking about, I think one of the staff members, I don't know which one it was. And they had gone to get the Yaira t-shirts with the 30% plus their staff bonus or some staff discount or something. And they got free delivery, which meant that Eric was actually going to lose money on that specific order. Well, Eric, I've got good news for you. Because yesterday, I needed to buy some new Yaira t-shirts because the Yaira t-shirts that I've currently got are 2 sizes too big now. Yes, I've had to go down 2 sizes. So I bought some more Yaira t-shirts yesterday, completely forgot to put the discount code in, and then had it shipped to the UK. So you got the money back that you lost from that order on me. They might be a little tight, but they're there ready for me. They might be a little bit tight, but but if I go just 1 size down, I'm gonna be coming out of that within the next couple of months, 3 months anyway. So I went and got 2 sizes down. So there you go. You got your money. You got your money back, Eric, from that other order. The Beast with a $10 says update part 1 mental, because the mind goes, the body follows. It's been a rough few weeks. I understand, dude. This year is 10 years since my grandpa passed, and it really hit me hard. I appreciate you being here, bro. Thank you. Hey. Dude, I lost my grandparents. It's going to be 20 years ago in January, just a couple of months away. I lost my grandma in January of 2004, and I lost my granddad on Christmas Day 2004. I lost them both within the same year, and I lost my... So Christmas Day is a little bit bittersweet because obviously it's a day of fun and celebration. I've got my 10-year-old nephew, but it's also, it will forever be linked with the passing of my grandfather as well, who I loved. I loved them both dearly. So, you know, even now, I still think about them. I miss them incredibly. And I tried desperately in my own mind to hold on to their voice. Because back in 2004, there wasn't the mobile phones that we have now, you know? So there's no video of them. There's no verbal video of them. Photographs, yes. But verbal, no. And so they say one of the first things that you forget is the voice. So I've always tried to hold on to that. I've always tried to remember their voice, how they spoke. So I understand, dude. I understand. But hang in there, buddy. Randomized with a £5. Hi, as it's been a while. I did sadly watch Doctor Who last night. All I'm going to say is I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. Could have been more. I wish it wasn't more by the looks of it. No, I understand. I've heard a couple of people say it could have been enjoyable if they removed all the bullshit. If they removed all the bullshit, it could have been enjoyable. But we're not allowed that, I guess. Elric of Melbourne has become a member. Thank you. Davey first with a £10. Hell as hell, chat. I got a secret. I've almost achieved a dream of mine. I would have a published book out 4th of December. If it's any good or not, I don't know. But I'll bet it's better than Disney Star Wars Daveyverse. Congratulations. Something's happening on the 4th of December. Oh, yeah. That's the same day that Alpha Core starts going into shipping. And that's the day that I get my new boiler. I'm having a new boiler installed. Sub-Zero Pingu Drive for the $5 says, hi, as the male presenting that is playing Rose has previously played the male presenting from Heartstopper. Please review it. I swear it's better than Robin. I'm going to take a pass on that. I'm going to take it. And by the way, these are words, Papa Susan, that you have allowed to be written. These are words that you've allowed to be written. I have to read the super chats. That person paid money to say that. I have to. And you allowed them. Just saying. William Barr with a £2. At junior school, Stephen Moffat did our play. True story. Wow. Moffat is going to be writing, I think, an episode for the coming season of Doctor Who. Oh, I dread to think. Now, you know. The Beast with a $10 says part 2. That being said, I stayed strong and I'm glad to report 203 days, no energy drinks. 231 days, no smoke or vapes. 88 days of no soda or sugar. And I also kept it to all meat and veg for Turkey Day. Remain blessed, brother. Well done, dude. Well done. Well done. Apes stronger together, man. Apes stronger together. Oracle of Doom 222 with a $5.22. People should not be afraid of their governments. Governments should be afraid of their people. V Vendetta. Correct. A government is formed to serve the people, not vice versa. It's become very apparent that our modern day governments are very much self-serving. Hayden 75 with a $5 is 15, you say. That's absurd that people see this as propaganda. It's absolutely not suggesting anything to children in a children's television show. Oh. See you later, Carol. Enjoy your grocery shopping. I have no idea what you mean, Hayden. I'm sure you're just a bigot. There's Young Ripper 59 with a 50. What's your favorite part of Doctor Who? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Bonesaw is ready with a $5. First thought when seeing Rose. How are you trying to convince me you're a woman with that jawline? Oh. Because they called her a beautiful girl multiple times. And says you have to believe them. Grey Man with a 2 Swiss says the UK tries to replace Sweden as monetary capital. Let's not confuse the UK with London. London is a conquered place that is a principality and shouldn't have anything to do with the UK. Hayden 75 with a $10 says, "Oi! You got a license for that rocket launching wheelchair?" I just hope they pay their TV license, you know. Your license for that. Shorty with a 42-month. I've lost my spot. Hold on. I gotta scroll back up. A 42-month Bard membership. Thank you. Is anyone else's email being besieged with Black Friday / Cyber Monday deals? I've never received so many emails in all my life. Absolutely besieged my email is. Yep. Where do we get to? Bonesaw is ready with a $5. Says RTD is stealing character ideas from Steel now too. The frigging Shaq superhero movie was more original than an RTD project. Oh man. Come on. Wow. I'm sure you are just a Yahtzee white supreme. Melodic Method gifting 10 memberships to the stream. Melodic Method, thank you. That's 50. Thank you. Appreciate you. D Breezy with a $20 for the demonetization. Shall we check? Monetization check. Monetization check. Do. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Well, we're currently demonetized on this stream. Let's put in a request for that. But how did we do last week? Last week's stream. We got demonetized last week's stream. But we did fight it. Did we win? We, of course, being me. Yes! We fought the demonetization from last week and it was overturned! Last week's afternoon tea with Az. Monetized. Doctor Whom? Oh man. Holy shit, I'm gonna have to steal that for a title. Is one of his male, I think you meant to say is male presenting, powers rebuilding transmissions without some of the working components it started with because the onboard computer has been corrupted. Yes. Solid PA performance yesterday. Absolutely, D Breezy. Massive thank you, dude. Massive thank you. As appreciate you. The Beast with another $2 says, I almost forgot. First $10 is to the house, and the second $10 is to Belle. It's going to go in the book. Boobs. It's going to go in the book. Clickety click. That's the 10 for the hoose. Now I've got to flick over to Belle. And there's Belle's money, which is like 400 bloody pounds. Gonna get spoiled at Christmas, folks. She's gonna get spoiled at Christmas. She nearly killed me today, by the way. As soon as I got up, she started mithering me for wet food, obviously. So I gave her wet food. She was very happy. She then went into my bedroom and got onto my bed and fell asleep. I was working out which t-shirt I wanted to wear for today's stream. I thought I'd wear the wonderful Bat logo Film Threat. Subscribe to Film Threat, folks. They're on the verge of 100,000 subscribers. Friends of the channel, friends of you. Chris Gore, Alan Ing the Merciless. Please, there's 2,500 people watching this stream. Please go to @FilmThreat on YouTube. Subscribed if you're not subscribed. Believe me, you're going to love them. You're going to love them. So I thought I'd go with this. But I was looking in my bedroom at some of the t-shirts because I was thinking, should I wear the CM Punk t-shirt that I've got? But the CM Punk t-shirt that I've got is the AEW CM Punk t-shirt. So I thought I could have worn that ironically, but I decided to go with my Film Threat one instead. Anyway, so I go in the bedroom. Belle's on the bed. And she's happy as Larry. She's had her wet food. The house is nice and warm. You know, it's November. It's -1 outside. I'm in a t-shirt. I'm in a t-shirt. And so she rolls back onto her belly. And I start rubbing her belly gently, very gently. And she's purring away. So I'm rubbing her belly, and then I tickle her chin, and then I kiss her little tootsie, little tootsies. And I'm just very gently rubbing her belly. And then she's just like, ow! Okay. Okay. Woo! And then she just started purring at me again. So, yeah. You got to be careful with that. Yeah, she presented belly. When a cat presents the belly to you, it's a big sign of trust. It doesn't mean necessarily that they want you to rub their belly. But it's saying to you, I trust you. I trust you. I am showing you my most vulnerable part. God bless. -15. Oh my goodness me. By the way, I just realized I went to the gym last night, and I went on Friday night as well. After I did FNT, I did a stream, and then I went to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. And I went again last night about 2:30. I ended up leaving the gym about 3:30. And I got home and I just realized I did 6 days at the gym yesterday. Yesterday. I did 6 days yesterday. No, I did 6 days at the gym last week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Monday, sorry, wait. No, I've done 5 in 6 days. Let's get this right. I did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, took Thursday off, did Friday, Saturday. So I've done 5 in 6 days. So if I was to go to the gym today, it would be 6 and 7. But I'm going to rest today. So it's going to be a 5-day gym week. Get at it tomorrow. Get at it Monday. Back and biceps Monday. I can't do that for free. I can't do that for free. Can't do that for free. What are you talking about? SJ Almighty has been a bad for 42 months. SJ Almighty, thank you. A Witcher. I said a bard. Witcher for 42 months. You're not a Chad. You're a Chaz. Thank you, dude. SJ Almighty Diamond Geezer. Thank you, man. Mate. Can't do that. I can't do it for free. Can't do that for free. Can't do that for free. It's only your right hand. I can't do that for free. No, I can't do that for free. Nah. Draconic Ice Mage has been a sorcerer for 3. Hail as. Have you heard Doctor Who is saved? I can't wait to find out the sonic screwdriver's preferred pronouns. I think this. Okay, let's carry on. Zipper has been a sorcerer for 17 months. Zipper, thank you. Johnny Van Ham with a $5. Hi, Az. I wanted to know which bags and boards are the best to use to ensure you never have to change them. Mylar, you want my lights. Also, what comic boxes do you use? You want my lights. That's what you want. My lights and acid-free boards. Standard size my lights. Once you get them, that'll be it. You'll never have to change your bag again for 1,000 years. And I've got some bad news, Johnny. You ain't going to be there in 5 years. My lights 2 standard size to be specific. Woke Troll with a $20 says, I miss you on FNT. I will miss you on FNT. I'm off now. I'm off now for a month. I've left FNT. I've quit. My full story coming TMZ tomorrow. You can read my full story on why I quit FNT coming this Monday only on TMZ. Be there. Or I might be back in January. The only reason I watch is the guests, Ryan's hate, Chrissy's boobs, and you. This is for all the entertainment you provide. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. We're a month away. A month away from Christmas Day. And I absolutely agree. Friday Night Tights without Chrissy's boobs would be a disaster. And now she's preggers, they're just going to get bigger. Mummy milkers. Craig Morning with a $10. None of us hate anyone for their lifestyle choices. That sounds like something a bigot would say, Chris. Or Craig. I don't know who Chris is. Chris, stop it. I'm talking to Craig. None of us hate anyone for their lifestyle choices. We hate being treated like animals that need to be trained on how to behave and what to think and say. Frig off! Frig off, Ricky. You're correct, Craig. Nobody gives a fuck if you're gay. Nobody really gives a fuck, however you want to call yourself. What people do get annoyed about is, like you say, when we're being told how we need to speak to these people. I don't care about your lifestyle choice. That's up to you. If you're an adult, that's your decision to make, right? If you talk about things like respect, then respect goes both ways. And first of all, before you can even have respect going both ways, you need to earn that respect. Telling people what to think, do, say, that doesn't get you respect. It gets you disdain. That's what it gets you. I couldn't care if somebody identifies as a fucking toaster. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I don't need to pretend that you're a toaster because I live in the real world. So you can play toaster, man, all day. Have fun. Enjoy. But I don't need to play your game. I don't want to play your game. You go play over there. That's great. I'm just going to stay here and, do normal shit. So if you want me to respect your decision, then by logic, you should also respect mine. But the thing is, you don't. You don't because you want to compel me to play your game. That's what people get pissed off with. There are plenty of people in the chat. Well, not plenty, because obviously there's only about a 3%. But there are people in the chat who I know are gay. Do we give a toss? No. That's your life. Live your life. But they're not telling me you need to call me this or present me as that. Blah, blah, all this fucking horse shit. Nobody cares. It's your life. You live it. All we care about is that you're just a good person. That's all we give a shit about. What you get up to in the privacy of your own home is your own business. As long as everyone's consenting, as long as nobody's getting hurt, that's your business. You live your life. Good on you. Live your life. Be you. Be gay. Do crime. I also know that there's a couple of 3 people who identify not as the gender they were born in. But they're not pretending anything else. They understand. They understand that. And that's where the tolerance comes in. That's where the respect comes in. They're not running around saying, you got to believe that I am a biological this or I am... No. No, they are saying that they were born one way and they identify as another way. That's where tolerance comes in. Tolerance comes in when you understand the predicament that people are in. You understand the struggle that they have to come to terms with. That's where respect and tolerance and love and compassion come in. Not when you're demanding somebody or something. And I know there's at least 3. And some of them interact with me on a regular basis on Twitter, social media. And they're good people. They've all, and some of them have been there for years. I've seen them for years, and they're good people. And that's where the annoyance and the frustration comes in. Because this isn't a battleground of gay versus straight, trans versus cis, which is a disgusting word, by the way. It's actually a battleground of good people versus not so good people. That's what it legitimately boils down to. We hear a term, hey Soskers, how you doing? We hear a term that's spread around quite a lot. This fandom, and, you know, insert whatever it is, Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, blah, blah, blah. It's for everyone. As if it's just something new. It's something new that that people from different communities have only just discovered it, and now it's for everyone. Fucking, that's the lie. That's the gaslight. It's always been for everybody. But once upon a time, we didn't have to break you down by what you were sexually, racially, religiously, gender. You were just a fan of that franchise. And you were accepted because of being a fan of that franchise. That's what... Because, what again, once upon a time, folks, people used to come together based off the commonalities that we have. People used to come together based off our love, our mutual love of something. And in terms of fandom, that mutual love comes in from that fandom. So it doesn't matter which demographic you want to put yourself in, because the conversation was always about the fandom and not about you. And you being anyone within that. Brought together by our love of Star Trek, our love of Star Wars, our love of comics, our love of Doctor Who, our love of Warhammer, whatever it was. That's what brought us together. That's what united us. And then ideologues infected these fandoms and brought in segregation. They wanted to segregate because they no longer wanted you as a normal human being to just get on with each other. No. Now we've got to play the equity game. I just want to be treated as normal. I just want to be treated like anyone else. But to do that, I have to be very different. And if you don't recognize my differences, then you're a big old fucking bigot. That's the lie. That's the gaslighting. They don't want to embrace the fandom. They want to change the fandom. And the best way to change a fandom is using gatekeeping language. And gatekeeping language comes in the form of calling people bigots, homophobes, racists, white supremes, yada, 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 boring. So these are not good people. These ideologues, they are not good people. They don't come with good faith. They don't come with good intentions. So, Craig, you are 100% right. We don't care about your lifestyle choice. We care about who you are as a person. And then who you are as a person, when it comes to fandom, just devolves into fandom talk. What's your favorite part of this? What stories do you like? Which characters? That's what unites us. But you compel us to say anything. You try and compel me to say anything, that's not going to get you respect. That's just going to drive people further and further away from you. But that is the trap of intersectionality, because with intersectionality, folks, the root cause, the common denominator is victimhood, victimization. So they know full well what they're doing, because they must always be a victim in some way or other, even though the vast majority of them hold all the cards in terms of who gets employed, where the stories go. Believe your eyes. Believe your eyes. Don't believe what people tell you. Believe your eyes. Believe what you see. Metaphorically see and physically see. Blue Preel with a membership for 17 months at the sorcerer level. So, Doctor Who has a 20-year-old biological male playing a 15-year-old biological male. RTD has turned it around. Hail to you in the chat. I mean, that's a fact. Snake Plissken with a £5. I felt like Negan had been bludgeoning the shit out of my brain with Lucille by the time the episode finished yesterday. What, you didn't find that subtle conversation subtle? I don't know what I can say, mate. I thought it was so subtle. So subtle. Eddie Brock with a €2.50. New TARDIS interior looks like a giant empty lobby. It's representative of the creativity now. Greg Koenig with a $5 says, what's up, Az? What kind of tape do you recommend for Mylar comic bags? Do you know what Gary uses? Do you have Mylights? Thank you. Yeah, Mylight. I've just bought a bunch of Mylight 2s. And I'd like to re-catalog, re-bag and board my whole collection with just Mylight 2s and acid-free boards. You can just use regular Scotch. I use Scotch tape. I use Scotch tape. 2 little strips, 1 at each side. That's what I use. With a $20. Once upon a time, there were people in charge of that law, but they died. They all died. Do you know who that leaves? Me! It's taken me all these years to realize the law of who is mine, and the fandom will obey me. Wow. Of course, they are quoting from Waters of Mars. That absolutely incredible Doctor Who special with David Tennant. Once upon a time, there were people in charge of that time, but they died. They all died. You know who that leaves? Me! Taking me years to realize. The law of time is mine, and it will obey me. Woo! And it's an incredible scene because when he says that to her, she understands that she should be dead. She should have died on Mars. She understands that her living could change everything. So she goes into her apartment, shuts the door, and kills herself to repair time. Kills herself to repair time. Time that the Doctor played with. And it's only then that Tennant's doctor realizes how out of control he's become. In an effort to change a fixed point in time, a fixed point, a time that cannot be altered, cannot be changed. In an effort to do that because he was now in charge. A woman, a human, who understood the ramifications of his actions more than he could, killed herself to repair time. Remember when Doctor Who was good? Remember when Doctor Who actually had something of interest to say? Waters of Mars. My God, that amazing Doctor Who special. Rosie G73, the $20. RTD is not stupid. He knew it would be hated. That was his mission. Intersectionality. There must always be a victim. There must always be a victim. Tennant once said that he'd show up for anything for money. So there you have it. She died in the wrong place, but it didn't matter because her dying still made the course of time go how it should have. It corrected itself. So instead of dying on Mars, it was changed to she died in her apartment. And that still inspired her daughter to take to the stars, to carry on her legacy. So as the doctor said, the details can change, but things will progress as normal. Victim mentality is one of the first things you work on in therapy. It's not useful to the mind to think that way. No, because it's a damaged perspective. If you're always a victim, there is no healing. There is no coming to terms with whatever it may be that you are struggling with. Being a victim is destructive, and it's not just destructive for yourself, but it's destructive for others around you. You can't heal when you're always a victim. You're always going to have an open wound. So it's how you personally deal with it. And intersectionality has told people to take that victimization and use it as a weapon or use it as a shield. And then when people get a taste of that power, they want more, because suddenly now the people who feel that they are helpless understand that they can control others with this mentality. Self-defeating. Self-defeating. Johan Naxos with a 16-month membership at the sorcerer level. As I'm so sorry to hear that another one of your favorite franchises is dead. I'm sure there will be much squeeing at the Meeps by X-Ray. Hey. Like I said, I came to terms that Doctor Who was dead years ago. This does not surprise me in the slightest when, you know, we've been through my RTD discussion today. When he said that the Timeless Children was still canon, that was it. That was the absolute deal breaker. I didn't even have to see the episode. I didn't want to see the episode. It was done. It was over. But to me, it died. It died the day that Capaldi regenerated into Stupid Cow. That's the day it died. Kryptonian Jedi has been a bard for 15. Thank you. Western Civilization with a $10. The Doctor. Fuck Canada. Fuck Earth. Fuck London. I'm out. That's how it should be. CM Punk back in WWE. Boy! Oh, well, Tony. Tony feared for his life, don't you know? Tony Khan feared for his life. His lawyers told him to say that. In an effort to prevent a lawsuit for unfair dismissal. AEW's a mess. I gave up on that mess. I gave up AEW for two reasons. The big reason was because of the way they treated Punk. Does Mr. Phillip Brooks look like he could be a bit of a nightmare to deal with at times? Yes. I don't think there's any denying that. But guess what? The wrestling industry's been full of those types of people. I do believe wholeheartedly that when he was at AEW, he wanted to do nothing more than to elevate that company. Take it past the sort of indie-rific feel to it and really put it on the map. And the reaction that he got, the buys from the pay-per-views, clearly showed that CM Punk, love him or hate him, he is a polarizing figure. Heel versus babyface. That guy could put bums on seats, whether or not you wanted to boo him or cheer him. But I think there's a lot of ego in that company. There's a lot of bad actors there that are self-serving, self-centered. And a second reason was the booking was getting abysmal. The storytelling was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. And it wasn't compelling to watch. But he's back in WWE, believe it or not. Smart Poker Sturdy with a 13-month sorcerer, as is the bestest Everest. Oh my God, the girl. Scott McKenzie has been a bard for 14 months. Scott, thank you. Mr. Grant Gregory with a 5 Australian. How did they know they just needed to let it go when they literally got all their knowledge from the doctor? Well, the Donna, she's the crisis doctor, isn't she? She's the meta crisis doctor. She was I don't know what the best term would be. Infected is probably not the best thing, but you know, when the hand regenerated into the meta crisis doctor, so she became the Dr. Donna. But she was human, so she couldn't contain the sheer essence of a Time Lord, so he had to make her forget. It was a great story. But now it's a dude in a dress. Anyway, Thomas Smith with a $10. My grandmother told me that women shouldn't be in positions of power because they make decisions based off emotion rather than logic. Current day has proven her right 100 times over. Look, I jest a lot. But there is just I've been brought up by a mother. I didn't have a father. I knew my father for 6 years of my life, and I ran away from home to get away from him. Hideous man. Hideous, abusive man. I've served in companies under women. Some of them have been awful. Some of them have been great. And I've had no problem. Just like everything in life, it's a matter of who that person actually is. Are women more empathetic by nature? I would say so, absolutely. Does that necessarily negatively affect decision making? No. No, I don't think it does. It's all about who that person is. We're just living in an era that that people who are not right for the roles are in the positions of power. Not based off their genitalia. It's just that they're not right for the positions. Kathleen Kennedy is clearly not right for the position that she's in. The writers of a lot of these TV shows, which have been granted their position based on their gender and their an ethnicity necessarily, that don't have a body of work of any worth, should not be in that position. So that's why it's becoming more prevalent. That's why it's becoming more obvious to us. It's not got anything to do with the gender. It's got to do with the fact they're not the right people. Star Trek has been written by since the 60s by some amazing women. But we lived in an era where you didn't really know that because you were more interested in just watching what was going on the screen. You weren't necessarily concerned with the end credits of who produced it, directed it, wrote it. You were just watching what was presented. It was fun. There are phenomenal female writers, authors, screenplayers out there. Phenomenal. But that tends to be because they're the right people for the job and they have talent. We're now in the age of intersectionality. Talent is not necessary. Superficiality is. So I would say, don't ever confuse the two. Don't ever confuse the two. There are just as many dog shit males in positions of power right now that shouldn't have it than there are females. Because there's only two genders. AZ with a $10 says, I'm so glad I never became a Doctor Who fan, but why was someone's grandma getting into a relationship with a girl that's 35 years younger than her? I didn't even watch the episode. I don't know what's going there. B-Man, George was in my stream last. Well, he wasn't on the stream, but he was in the chat yesterday when I was doing some gaming. I'm sure George and I will do something again. I do miss George. He's a lovely guy. It was fun doing streams with George. Brian P with a $5. Gatwa is a disaster hire. I can't understand him half the time with his thick accent, and he's pretty like C-3PO. Does anyone want a C-3PO as a doctor? Oh, R2. Wagon Burner with a $2. How's the gym going as? Well, we had a little chat about that a little bit ago, a few minutes ago. So I hope that clued you in. Quest Klein with a $1 fitty. Hot dog. Thank you. Take a 610 with a $2 RTD. Meet the new boss. Same as the old boss. Get ready, folks. Still 2 more specials before Shooty Gatwa takes over. I hope you enjoy, because I sure as hell won't be watching it. Dragonic Ice Mage with a 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Appreciate you, dude. Let me just check something. Let's have a look. Oh, fuck off, whatever. Fuck off. Get away. Let's see how this is going to get spun. Oh, it's an absolute disaster rating. My God, they are... Fuck off, Radio Times. They are trying to spin it. Let's have a look, folks. Here. Let's have a quick look before we finish off. Finish off. This is the Radio Times. This used to be owned by the BBC, by the way. Separate entity now. But they're still right up the BBC's bumhole. Doctor Who, the Star Beast becomes biggest drama launch of 2023. It's a big night for Doctor Who fans. Woo! So what rating did it do? It did 5.08 million. That's horrific. Not 5.8, 5.08. 5 million. That's all it did. 5 million. Awful. And I'll show you why it's awful, folks. I'll give you some more context. If I can, here we go. There we go. No, I'd like to continue without supporting you. Let's just show this. These are the ratings for the 13th season of Doctor Who. These are the abysmal ratings of Jodie Whittaker's final season. Abysmal. Oh, no, these are the American ratings. Hold on. I need the British ratings. These are the American ones. Hold on. I was going to say, fucking hell. I was going to say, these look especially bad. These look especially bad. Oh, that's the American ratings. Here we go. Can I get season... Doctor Who. Here we go. Select month. Let's try and grab some ratings from the UK. Ratings, please. Hold on. Select a month. When was the last time Jodie was on? Let's try. Let's just go January 2022. Here we go. I need the ratings. Come on, ratings. Ah, here we go. Got them. Perfect. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? These are the ratings for Jodie Whittaker's final season as the Doctor. Bearing in mind that this special did 5.08 overnight. Very important that you understand the overnight. That was her first episode of her final season. Her overnight was 4.43 million. Only 600,000 less than this special with David Tennant. Now that absolutely fell off a cliff down to 2.2 million, the lowest rated. And then the special where you got the cameo of David Smith at the David Tennant at the end. Real name David McDonald, just FYI. 3.71 million. So I had actually predicted that this special was not going to do great, but it would get boosted because of David Tennant. And I predicted 6.5 million overnight. 6.5 overnight is what I predicted. 5. This is the finished one, the consolidated +7. That's the actual. Don't ignore that. That's useless. That means nothing. This is what the final rating is classed as. So in 7 days' time, we're going to know what the final rating is. But I had predicted 6.5 million overnight. 5. And I think, folks, that seeing what people saw last night, seeing what an ideological fucking disaster the show now is, broken, I think the next special is going to be lower. I think it's going to get lower. Right. I'm up against the clock now, so let's get going. Boom. Apollo 536 with a 26-month Witcher membership. I can relate. My grandmother's birthday was Christmas Eve. She passed away 11 years ago. Not a day goes by I don't miss her. You're always going to miss, you know. You're always going to miss them. Ronald V. Odalski with a $5. It's not so many wonders. It's we've got such sights to show you, Pinhead. Yeah, but I mean, it was a reference. You know, it was using that. It was still the it was still a reference. Still referencing. Patrick M with a €10. I watched Sex Education with my wife on Netflix with Poopy Gatwa. Was one of the worst parts of the show. There is no chance in hell he'll be a good doctor. This is for the Hoos. Pitch black outside now in the UK. Pitch black. It's not even 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, don't you just love winter in the UK? Boom. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Apollo 536 with a 10 says, here's another 10 for sweet, sweet Belle, who nearly ripped my hand off today for tickling her belly. Thank you. I put it in the Bell side. I put it in the Bell side. Name with a $5. Just watched Capaldi's Zygon speech. What a palate cleanser. Capaldi could have been a great doctor if he had the writing. He was a great doctor, full stop. He could have been an absolutely out of this world doctor with better writing. But he elevated some really bad material because he just is so good an actor and just really understood the doctor to his very core. Belle is the closest to having a wildcat in your house. Well played. Yes. She set the belly trap and I fell for it. Thomas Glinwick with a £5 says, congrats on the progress. As when will we be going full beast mode and getting on the Tren and TRT? I think in January I'm going to start going on to the creatine and BCAAs. I think January when my old gym reopens under new management, freshly renovated, I'm going to go back there. I'm probably going to hire a personal trainer going in from January and get on the creatine and the BCAAs. Falkenstoll with a 20 Swiss says mainstream entertainment isn't getting any better as we see now. I've been working to get my indie graphic novel GH057 story off the ground, but it's hard and I'm alone. Props to Eric and his crew for what they've achieved. It's amazing. Absolutely incredible. Because, and all it took was him to say, gonna do this myself then. Gonna do this myself. Good shout out! Eric in the chat sliding in. A thief in the night. Bluegrass Berserker has been a bard for 19 months. Thank you. Melodic Method with a $10. Dr. Them's Sonic Screwdriver was too threatening and toxic. Zer is now a bonus hole handle. Wow. Jesus Christ. God, can you just imagine that? You've met someone. You connect with her. You ask her out for dinner. Say, hey, look, just wondering if you fancied grabbing a bite to eat one night, maybe. Taking a movie? Sure, she says. Sure. Oh, come on now. Come on, my son. Come on, my son. Take her to the cinema. Watch a good film. Take her to the theater. Watch a good play. Afterwards, take her to a restaurant. You're clicking. Conversations flowing. She's laughing. It's going good. It's going so good. It's going so fucking good. Walk you back home? I'd love that. Okay, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Walk her back home. You're there at the doorway. Would you like to do this another time, maybe? Yeah, I'd love to. There's that awkward little pause. Do I go in for the kiss? Do I not? And you're just like, I got to. It's been too good a night. She hasn't opened the door. She hasn't gone inside. She's also waiting to see if the move's going to be made. And there you go. Plant it on her. You plant it on her. And she takes your hand and opens the door and leads you inside. Fucking hell, it's gonna fucking happen. It's gonna fucking happen. You get into the front room. She just doesn't put the main lights on. She just puts the lamps on. The lamps on by the side of the sofa, and you sit down and you start petting. Heavy petting. You feel the breath of each other. You feel your heart is beating, starting to beat. Jeez. And then, a kiss leads to a touch. A touch leads to a caress. A caress leads to arousal. And it's only then that you say that to her. You look her in the eye, face to face. Look her in the eye, deep. She's looking deep into yours. And you say to her, I'd really like to fuck your bonus hole. And then she kicks you out. Kicks you out. Out! Get the fuck out! What did I say? I thought I said the right words. Are these not the right words for today? I just wanted to get in your bonus hole! It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Oh, well. Better luck next time. Robo96 with a £20 says, I don't really subscribe to any cultural stuff, but the new Doctor Who looks like parody, deliberately on the nose and more concerned with riling up people than writing a good story. Welcome to Intersection, huh? Romantic, written by Axel Braun. I don't think Axel Braun would use the word, I mean, I've never seen one of his films, but I don't think he'd use the word bonus hole. I think it would be more. Hold on. Let's I think it would be more akin to
I'm standing here with Fred, who says he was greatly impacted by the gushing of oil. Can you tell us a little more of what you saw?
I sure can. I was sitting on my front porch, grabbed a beer, and fuck her right in the pussy.
like oh no fucking bonus hole there. No bonus hole there, you know? Fucked her right in the bonus hole. Oh, so good. So good. Oh, it's so good.
Pipeline. I'm standing here with Fred, who says he was greatly impacted by the gushing of oil. Can you tell us a little more of what you saw?
I sure can. I was sitting on my front porch, grabbed a beer, and fuck her right in the pussy.
Oh, man. Whoa. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, fantastic. Riling up people better than writing a good story. Glad I checked out after the Timeless Children. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's over. It's very, very, very over. It ain't coming back. It ain't coming back. Son of Mario with a $10. Is it now a sonic dilator? Sure. Why not? Why not? Gaxion has become a member of the bad level. Thank you. Probably butchered that name. Uncle Jamie with a £5. Hey, Az, did you enjoy the part when Donna said that Rose can't act? I nearly fell off my chair. Hashtag the message. Hashtag the showrunner victorious. Thankfully, I never watched it. Chris Nicholson with a $10. Rose may have been insufferable when she lectured the Doctor on what he can't understand, but she did save the world through trans powers, so I can't hate her too much. Good work, crying game. Johnny Van Ham with a $10. Hi again, Az. Wanted to say that I started my own weight loss journey back in July. You have become a source of inspiration for me. Keep up the good work. You're truly amazing. This 10 is for the hoose. get the little black book open. Little black book. Thank you. Thank you, Johnny. Axie. Ooh. Ooh. Axie042 with a $10. Fandom is for everyone as long as the check clears at the bank. Ooh. Nice fandom you got here. Be shame if somebody fucked it up now, wouldn't it? Forgotten. Oh, yeah, forgotten. Sorry. Forgotten with a sorcerer for 3 months. It didn't matter if you were black or white or Klingon. Paraphrasing Philip J. Fry, Futurama. For a lot of us, that's down £20. Hey, well done, Patrick. Well done, man. Darius White with a $20 says Brown here as Doctor Who. Words escape me. A 20-something female presenting male playing a 15-year-old female presenting male with man hands and a jawline that you can set your watch to. Such a beautiful girl. There are 4 lights. How many lights are there? How many lights are there? SJ Almighty with a £15 PayPal. Hey, Az, didn't have you down as a Mills and Boone writer. Here's 10 for you and 5 for Belle. Well, I'll stick Belle's 5. She's going to have a hell of a Christmas. Possibly a better one than I was speaking to my mum earlier. She says, have you any idea what you want for Christmas? I said, yeah. Just Christmas dinner. Just Christmas dinner. That's it. That's all I need. You don't need to spend money. Well, I mean, obviously money on gifts. But there again, never mind. Just Christmas dinner. That's it. I'm old. I don't need presents. I'd just rather see my nephew open stuff up and get excited, you know? I just need Christmas dinner. Beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. The misanthropic normie with a $20 says, we'll miss your Corsic diatribes on FNT. Great job on nutrition and exercise. Looking fit, son. Not for free. Not for free. Nah, can't do that for free. Can't do that for free. Thanks for the Doctor Who clips. Would you still recommend newbies get into Who knowing where it ends? And this is for the Who's Fund. It's going to go in the book. As long as the normies understood where to finish. That's what she said. As long as they... Thank you, by the way. Boom. In it goes. As long as, I'd say, yeah, watch New Who, but stop after Capaldi's first season. Stop after Capaldi's first season. And just leave it at that. I wouldn't recommend going through Whittaker's. I mean, you could look. There are some good episodes past Capaldi's first season, but that's when the BBC really started to push the agenda. So you could watch to the end of Capaldi's run, but definitely do not go past Capaldi's run for sure. Wagon burner with a $2. Careful, if they have an apple, then they have a banana. Oh my God. Why? Fruit's lovely. Kryptonian Jedi with a $2. This is how I feel about Star Trek. It's dead. Oh, yeah, Star Trek's dead. Doctor Who's dead. Star Wars is dead. Pick a franchise. Your favorite franchise dying soon at a progressive company near you. Stunning and brave. Coalee with a $10. Instead of there must always be a Lich King, it's there must always be a victim for the modern day fanatics. Of course. But remember, the Lich King fell because no king rules forever, my son. No king rules forever. No matter how spurious their claim to the crown may be. Zoolander has been a bad for 2 months, thank you. Snake Oil Sean with a $5. Hail, Silverback. Is there a version of Doctor Who that has fallen into public domain? No. No, there is not. Donna Hertzinger with a $10. Yet again, you were my company on my Sunday travels on this Thanksgiving weekend. I am fulfilled. Your entertainment. Keep it real. Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Best name I can think of with a $5. Wondering if I could get your opinion. I have a few stories that I'm working on and can't decide to make it a comic or a novel. What would you suggest? I would suggest, and this isn't me being flippant, I would suggest that you follow your gut. If you're thinking I'd rather have it as a comic than produce it in comic format, if you're thinking I'd rather write a novel, then write it in novel format. But only you can make that decision because it's your body of work. So how do you think it fits best? As a book or a comic? These are the big boy decisions. Lady G with a $5 says bestseller for self-cucking is sexless erotic genre. 14 copies flew off the shelf in a year. A whole 14? A higher than average 1 per copy a month for this genre. It must have been a short book. Sit down, hold your girlfriend's hand as she's being railed by somebody who will pleasure her much better than you. Wow. The end. Thank you, Lady G. Love you to pieces. Red John. Wait, is that a Mentalist reference by any chance? Red John with a £20 for the house fund. It's going in the book. Going in the book. Boom. Thank you. And Fernando with an 8-month sorcerer says BioShock is my favorite game franchise. Heard they're going to make a movie adaptation. I think it's a series. I could be wrong. I feel they'll ruin that one as well. I think it's a series, but I think it's also going to be on Amazon, so it's almost certainly going to be dead. Almost certainly. There we go, folks. We are caught up. Sunday Fun Day is going to be in 45 minutes from now, so I've got a brief window with which to feed and water myself. So massive thank you to everyone who came today. Mods, thank you so much indeed for giving up your free time. Everybody who super chatted, membered, remembered, gifted memberships. Thank you so much indeed for supporting the channel. Doctor Who is dead, but the joke's on you because it died in 2017. So until Sunday Fun Day, you take care. Goodbye, Baloo Boo.